Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to At Lafayette Live for Monday, January 13th, 2025. Welcome to our second show of the year. I hope your Monday is going great so far. Get your week off to a rolling start. Hope you're enjoying 2025 so far. We're 2 weeks into the year so far. It's going pretty good for me so far. So, spent the last week with a bunch of friends starting to plan a late spring, early summer getaway with a bunch of friends. So we're really looking forward to that, and sold some houses and did all that fun stuff. So as you come in, drop in the chat where you're from. Where are you watching from? Are you somebody here that's in the Greater Lafayette area? Do you live in Lafayette or West Lafayette, somewhere in Tippecanoe County, maybe Battleground or Brookston? Well, Brookston's not Tippecanoe County, but close enough. Next neighbor to the north there. Watching from out of state. I know we've pretty regularly got some friends watching from California and Texas. So if you're there, say hi, and I'll try to jump in the chat as I can. It's sometimes a little tough to keep up with the actual show and what's going on live in the moment. So it's pretty cold out there right now. I think tomorrow the high is supposed to be 17, which is about the coldest that it has been so far this year for like any stretch of time. We haven't had that like bone chillingly, below zero cold yet, but 17 degrees is not exactly warm. I mean, that being said, we actually went ice skating a couple times last week, and it was 24 degrees both days that we went ice skating. And I even had one family ask me, it was an organized group with our Cub Scout group, hey, are we still ice skating? And I'm like, it's ice skating. It's an outdoor rink. It's 24 degrees. Yes, we're still ice skating. I mean, that's almost downright balmy for an outdoor rink. The ice on those rinks, the base layers are somewhere around, I think, somewhere between 10 and 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So, 24 degrees is only a handful of degrees away from the melting point. So, 24 degrees, I'll take it in January. So. Well, let's jump right in here. We got a lot to talk about this week. Last week, we talked a lot about 2024 year in review, and not so much year in review as looking at what happened to put into perspective what might be happening in 2025. And of course, don't have a crystal ball here, can never tell with any certainty, but that's kind of what we spoke about in our first show of the year last week. But this week we're going to get back to normal order, as it were. And the first half of the show, we'll talk about great things happening here in the Greater Lafayette area. Great things in Greater Lafayette. There's a slogan for you. First up, West Lafayette has a new police chief. If you hadn't heard, West Lafayette's former police chief, Troy Harris, retired back in December after 27 years with the force, 6 as chief. And I think everybody was pretty sad to see him go. He went on to newer, better opportunities for him and his family. So we do, of course, wish him well. But Mayor Aaron Easter of West Lafayette announced that Captain Adam Ferguson of the West Lafayette Police Department is being promoted to chief. And I think that's a really cool thing. They are promoting from within. It's somebody that already knows the community. It's somebody who has 24 years with the West Lafayette Police Department. He has been on patrol. He was a patrol captain, a patrol lieutenant, a patrol sergeant. There's a lot of patrolling there. He was on the special response team. So I think it's really, really cool that West Lafayette is promoting from within to bring their new chief on board. They're going to have a Facebook Live. If you want to chat with him, they're going to announce that date sometime in the near future. They haven't said when that's going to be just yet. But welcome, 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 Captain Ferguson, to your new job, Chief of Police here in West Lafayette. We're so excited for you, and we're so excited for the community to get to know you in the role of Chief of Police. Take a moment, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss a minute of video here on the Lafayette Reel. We post new videos all the time. Next up, this is next up some not so great news. I watch a lot of my colleagues who do shows similar to mine in other markets. And one of the things, not all of them, but one of the things that sets us apart from some of my colleagues out there that do this is our community does not exactly have a plethora of public transit options. We really just have one, and that's City Bus. And I've actually always extolled their service. I think they do a great job. They certainly do the best they can with the resources they have available that our community make available to them to provide that service to them. But City Bus is reducing some of its services. They have been going through a spate of staffing shortages for the last several years, really, I believe it is, and they've had a lot of trouble getting driver positions filled, and so they do a lot of shortening services. A lot of times it'll be centered around more student-centered routes, if you will, when Purdue is out of session to help kind of manage that. But I want to show you the map, the City Bus service map, and let's talk through some of these service reductions that they're going to have. So first off, the 2A Schuyler, or Schuyler, depending on how you pronounce it, is being reduced from every 30 minutes to every 60 minutes during the week. And so you can see this is a route that runs to the north end, starts at the City Bus Center downtown and goes up to the north end. Then next, the 2B Union also is going to have that same limitation. It's going to run every half hour instead of every hour. And a similar route, this runs from City Bus Center down Union Street up to the northeast part of the north end. Then next, and those two routes, they're going to leave at quarter after the hour, from 6:15 a.m. to 9:15 p.m. And 2B will leave at 3/4 after, at quarter till, so 6:45 to 9:45. No change on the Sunday service. The next route, the Lafayette Square route, is shifting to 60-minute schedules from all day long. They're going to leave at quarter past the hour, and that is this route here. And it runs south down 18th to Lafayette Square, and then over to the east to the Tippecanoe Mall and back. So they're reducing service on that bus. And I know that we have people that watch from all over. And one of the questions I get a lot is from Purdue students and Purdue parents about bus services, and this one directly impacts them. The Happy Hollow service is going to run every 50 minutes. That's 50 daytimes. And that is this route here. And this is the route that kind of connects the east side, if you will, of West Lafayette. So there are some condos here along in here and also along over here that the Happy Hollow bus route, and also some apartments as well right in this neighborhood that are really convenient to this bus route, and then heads you south down to campus down here. So that one's really going to affect Purdue students, and actually anybody Purdue related that uses the bus to get to work or school from the east side of West Lafayette. And that route is going to run every 50 minutes daytimes. The reverse of that route looks very, very similar. All right, let's hide that route. Next up, the South 9th Street is going to run every 30 minutes during the mornings. And in the afternoon peak hours, there will be no service whatsoever middays between 10:15 and 1:45. And then the 6B, that's this one, departs City Bus Center, comes south down 9th Street, and ends up down here at Beck Lane across. I can't think of what that's across from right now. Across from Edgelea. That's what I'm looking for. So that's kind of a major hit. No daytime service there. And then next, the Park East, the number 9 bus. And this is exactly what it sounds like. It runs east, starts at City Bus Center, runs out to the east side, to the Park East area, and out to IU Arnett over this way and back. That is going to have a reduced schedule to 60 minutes instead of every 30 minutes, and they'll depart at 1/4 the hour from City Bus Center. And then the last one that they're reducing right now is the connector, 23, the connector. Here we go. And this is exactly what it sounds like. It connects Lafayette and West Lafayette, downtown to campus. But it starts all the way up here on North 9th Street, up at Community Corrections, comes down through downtown, makes the turn to the east, and heads over towards campus, all the way out to the east side of campus. They will no longer have a third bus during peak times. It's going to run every half an hour from 6:30 to 7:30, no change to Saturday service. So that's kind of a big deal. You know, we don't have a whole lot of public transit here in the area. So if you know anybody who's looking for a job, tell them to go put in an application with City Bus here in Lafayette. We desperately need the drivers, absolutely, for sure. So bad news there. Hopefully those routes make sense. If you got any questions about that, shoot me a message. Or what do you think in the chat about that? Hit the subscribe button. Do it right now. Make sure you don't miss a single At Lafayette Live. Every Monday at 7 o'clock, we're always here. But hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to us. Next up, going on here in the Greater Lafayette area, a fundraiser for TAF. That is the Arts Federation, traditionally called the Tippecanoe Arts Federation, but they changed their name a few years ago because their scope is greater than just Tippecanoe County. But they are having their second annual Art to Dine For event. And this is a fundraiser where you can go eat at 8 of your favorite local restaurants, and part of the proceeds from those dinners will go towards supporting the Arts Federation, and specifically their free arts program, their after-school arts program, which actually I've talked about here in the past, and we'll probably be talking about here again soon when they release their next batch of classes. They put on some really cool classes like ukulele, 3D modeling, all sorts of cool stuff, completely free for kids. They pay the artists to teach the class, but all the money to do that comes from fundraisers. And so this started yesterday, so you need to get on this one right now. This is day 2 of 7 or 8 days, January 12th to the 18th. Here are the 8 participating restaurants here in the Lafayette area: Bon Mi, Black Sparrow, East End Grill, 11th House, Red 7, Ripple & Company, the Scott Street Pub, and the Lafayette Brewing Company, or the Lafayette Brew Co. All you got to do is show up and enjoy your normal meals there, and part of the proceeds will go to benefit the Arts Federation and their free after-school arts program. A couple of my favorites in town on that list. I really enjoy Ripple & Co. If you've never been, they have some fantastic barbecue. They do it's really well known. It's always super popular, but when people talk about the best barbecue here in Lafayette, I never really hear that one mentioned, and it really should be. It's really good. So go check that out and go help the Arts Federation make some money for their after-school arts program. Go hit the like and subscribe button. Tell YouTube how much you enjoy all of our videos here on the Lafayette Reel, that you enjoy joining us every week on at Lafayette Live. We put out new videos all of the time. Go check them out. If there's something that you'd like to know about the area that you think would make a great video, drop me a line. Drop a comment below. If you want to send me an email or a text, yeah, it's right there below me. Okay. This one is development-related news. There hasn't been a whole lot going on because, as I always say, when it comes to buying and selling houses, the real estate market you can peg to the temperature outside. My running joke is, I once moved in a snowstorm. I will never do it again. That's actually not a joke. I really did pack up an apartment when I was much, much younger in a snowstorm once. It was not fun. I will not do it again. But there hasn't been a whole lot going on development-wise just because of the holidays and cold outside. But the West Lafayette City Council and the Area Plan Commission have been having discussions amongst themselves, and the West Lafayette City Council had a public hearing last week about accessory dwelling units. What's an accessory dwelling unit? These are smaller, self-contained living spaces. They're the second building on your property. Think about a mother-in-law cottage, that sort of thing, a loft over a garage that maybe you would rent to somebody. That's what an accessory dwelling unit is. And as we all well know, there is not enough housing to go around here in the Greater Lafayette area. And the Lafayette City Council and the Area Planning Commission thought that this would be a way to help alleviate some of that. I don't think that anybody thinks that it's a magic bullet that's just going to absolutely solve everything instantly. I don't think that anybody thinks that. But we're trying to pull on all the small levers in hopes that, if you do enough things, that it will start to relieve some of the pressure. But they got a lot of feedback. They got a lot of pushback from residents saying, we're not sure about this, all the way to, we don't want this. And the points that the residents in West Lafayette make are true and valid and real. What is it going to mean for parking? What's it mean for density? What's it mean for noise? What is it going to mean in the real world when you start packing in more people into these neighborhoods that are already full of people? But then you run into property owners' rights, and of course, there's always been and always will be zoning. But we need to get more housing for more people. So they had a hearing on January. What was the date on that? Doesn't matter. Last week in January, early January. But they decided to table it. And the city council is going to be looking for ways to reach out to residents to talk to them about what the residents want, what the possible solutions could be, and then come back on March 3rd and vote on these accessory dwelling units. If you are a resident of West Lafayette, please email, call, or text your city council person and let them know your thoughts about this. It's a big deal. It really is. There is not enough housing to go around here in Tippecanoe County, not enough in West Lafayette. New construction is looking up in Indiana for the year for 2025. It's projected that new builds will increase year over year, but that is still not going to be enough to fill the deficit that we're facing. So these auxiliary dwelling units, again, not a magic bullet that are just going to solve absolutely everything, but it is one of the solutions that's available to us, and I think it at least needs to be explored. Now, that being said, we also need to make sure that we're protecting the rights of the people that do already live there. And are they going to have a place to park? And are there going to be parties going late into the night? So we'll be revisiting that definitely in March when they come back to vote on it again, and maybe in between, depending on how much public feedback we hear from the city council about this. So more to come on that. Next up is a little bit of a flip side of that, a little more positive. Well, I guess that one wasn't really negative, right? But it did involve some people having concerns. Let's put it that way. This next one is positive. But before we talk about it, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't miss a minute of what we put out here on the Lafayette Reel. The city of West Lafayette has put out an app so that residents can report non-emergency issues and request city services. So if you go to the App Store on iOS or on your Android device and search for West Lafayette Report It, you can do things like report a street light that's out or report a pothole that needs to be filled. You can submit photos, location details, and descriptions. And so that way, the city will have real-time awareness of what's going on in the city and what the residents are seeing and what needs to be dealt with. So will it all be dealt with instantly? I don't think anybody's saying that. I mean, there are only so many people to go around, but I think that's a really cool thing. So go check out West Lafayette Report It. And if you're not a fan of apps on your phone, you can actually go to the city's website and access the system as well. Next up on At Lafayette Live, in some cities, this might be a silly story. Like, really, Jeff? This is what we want to talk about? It sounds a little Mayberry, if you will. But there's a reason that I want to talk about this one. New traffic signal is being currently installed at the intersection of State Road 26 and McCarty Lane. Oh, come on, Jeff. You want to talk about a new traffic light? We're not a one-stop town. This is absolutely true. But the reason that I wanted to talk about them installing this new traffic light, which is scheduled to start today or after today, January 13th, sometime after today, is the location of this traffic signal, McCarty and 26. Let's take a look at the map here. So here's Lafayette. Purdue University is kind of in this general vicinity. Downtown is here. Where they're installing this traffic light is McCarty and 26. Way out here to the east. Everybody see this? Here's I-65. Here's 26. So if you're coming into town on I-65, this is the intersection that you're likely getting off the interstate on. There is a Cub Scout camp out this way. There is a Girl Scout camp out this way. Once upon a time, this was absolute, utter wilderness. Even though it's only a couple of miles from 65. All of the development was over toward the west side of I-65. There are, of course, neighborhoods here now. This is a harbinger of things to come. And that is why I wanted to talk about this story, about a new traffic light coming to this intersection. Let's zoom in a bit here. I mean, look. I mean, yes, there are houses here, but trees, wilderness. I mean, there's going to be more development. This is Wildcat Creek along in here, but all of this farmland, check all this farmland out. In a few years, that's not going to be farmland anymore. That's going to be residential development. There's going to be some single family. There's going to be some multifamily. There's going to be some light industry in here. There's going to be some retail in here. This area is up for development. That's why this light is going in here. McCarty Lane, I believe, is also where the next intersection is going to go. The next off-ramp, the next interchange, if you will, from I-65 is going to go here as well. Traffic is about to pick up through here in the next few years. So that's coming. New traffic light. Who knew? And that wraps up our news here on At Lafayette Live for Monday, January 13th. And we're going to move on to our next segment. But before we do, hit the like, and I keep hitting the wrong button. But before we do, hit the like and subscribe button. Get notified every time that we post new videos about fun things here in Lafayette to do, about cool real estate, fun home tours, neighborhood tours, great vacation getaways close to Lafayette. Make sure you don't miss a minute of it. Let me get rid of this window. Next up on At Lafayette Live, we are going to take a tour of the 3 or 4 most expensive homes listed for sale in Tippecanoe County so far in 2025. We are going to begin with what is a brand new listing, 4036 Botanical Lane in Lafayette. This is on the south side of Lafayette. Let's take a look at the map here to see where it is located. So here's 200 North. So that's 2 miles south of 26. Sorry, 2 miles north of 26. I'm confused on my directions today. So 26 is the dividing line. So here's 26. It's 2 miles north. It's one of these neighborhoods off the Wildcat Creek. So quick into Lafayette. You can hop up here to 25 and come into Lafayette that way. So 4036 Botanical Lane. It is 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4,563 square feet. Currently listed for $886,700. Sorry, currently listed. That is wrong. Currently listed for $774,900, and it has been on the market for 1 day as of this recording. So beautiful front, like the big porch. It's not wraparound, but it's certainly big enough for your rocking chairs. You got a 3-bay garage. The entryway with the wood floor, and I am pretty certain that is actual wood and not a vinyl plank. 2-story. I think if you flip it around, we'll see the second story. Lots and lots of arches. We have the formal dining room and the den. Here we go. Living room with the vaulted ceiling, and we can see the eat-in kitchen, dining room, den area over here to one side. We'll see that in more close up here in a second. And as I always like to joke, look at these windows. Who's going to keep those clean? It ain't going to be me. Got the soaring brickwork on the fireplace. Not sure I love the pattern. And then you got the lovely kitchen, burners in the island, wall oven and microwave over on the other side. But this is, I do like this concept. This is normally where they've got these chairs over here. A lot of times this is set up as like a little brunch area, little breakfast nook with a table under it. That's why there's that chandelier there. But then you also have, and they've got it set up as a sitting area. It doesn't show, but you've also got a sitting area in there. The half bath down on the main floor. And then here we go. I believe this is the primary suite with the vaulted ceilings. Indeed, you have the garden tub and separate shower. Lovely tile work in there. And then we get into the secondary bedrooms. Looks like a Jack and Jill bathroom on this secondary with the split vanity. And this one's got a private ensuite. And we head downstairs to the lower level. And there is a wet bar downstairs in that kitchen. So fridge, sink, and the fireplace that extends all the way downstairs. I believe that is gas. Pretty sure. They've got this bonus room set up as a home gym. Not quite a Bowflex, but maybe it is. Everybody remember the Bowflex? Just me? Nobody? I'm checking the... If you remember Bowflex, leave a comment. Like that back porch, big outdoor living area. How much land does this come with? Just 0.8 of an acre. So big yard. I wouldn't go so far as land. Big yard. And deer frolicking in your backyard. At the end of a cul-de-sac, so you got some privacy that way. And here we can look at the layout. Okay, so this one's not quite. So this is the kitchen and then the breakfast nook that they currently have set up as the living area. Primary on the main floor. And then on the second floor, you have bedroom, Jack and Jill bathroom. So you have 2 bedrooms with the Jack and Jill. And then the third bedroom upstairs has private bath. And then heading down to the basement. Lots of storage area. You got a rec room and a sitting room. Plenty of room. That is 4036 Botanical Lane in Lafayette. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,563 square feet on 0.83 of an acre. Currently priced at $774,900. If you'd like to tour that one, send me a message. Contact information is right here. And also, hit the like and subscribe button. Tell YouTube how much you enjoy all of our content here on the Lafayette Reel. Next up, in our tour of 3 or 4, we'll see how the time goes, homes, the 3 or 4 most expensive homes for sale here in Tippecanoe County at the beginning of January 2025 is 706 Pike Street. 706 Pike Street is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,324 square foot home that is currently listed for $699. And let's take a look on the map to place it. So it's over here in West Lafayette, just a little south of Calbera. Here's Calbera right here, and we'll zoom out a little bit so you can see this a little better. Here's Sagamore, Barberry Heights. So this is University Farms. This is a very, very, very popular neighborhood. And there are a couple homes for sale in it right now. So if you'd like to see it, let me know. 706 Pike Street, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,324 square feet, $699,000. Walk into the entryway. I should mention this is in the West Lafayette School District. Matters to a lot of people. Main floor, living room. The sitting room, I believe this is actually supposed to be the dining room downstairs, maybe. We'll see if I'm right about that here in a second, but based on this banquette that's built in here, it's got the wine fridge and everything. They've got it set up as a sitting room. I'm pretty sure that's the dining room. Absolutely it is. And then, of course, they have the eat-in as part of the kitchen as well, because the fact of the matter is, like, who's using the dining room every day? When you have multiple dining locations, it makes a lot more sense to perhaps repurpose your dining room as something else, as they have done there. Make it another living area, a den in this particular case. The plank floor, kitchen, gas burner, stove. Quite lovely. Got the half bath on the main floor. Here we go, heading down to the basement. If you want your own bar, here it is. I see a lot of downstairs bars. It's a pretty common thing in basements, but man, this is a downstairs bar in every way, shape, or form. They have really replicated that experience of going to your local tavern downstairs. They have the full bar, the bar back, absolutely everything. It's really cool if you're into that sort of thing. They've even replicated the ceiling. Look at that. Wow. And of course, you got the rec room. They got a ping pong table down there. They've got one room set up as a movie theater. Projector must be over here. Check this out. They have a newspaper machine. That's really cool. Downstairs bath. I believe that this is the den on the main floor. Then we're heading into bedrooms. That's the primary there, I'm pretty sure. Got that garden tub. So this is not an older neighborhood. It was built in 1999. I mean, that's only 26 years old at this point, but it is not brand new. So there are a few dated things in here. They've definitely done some work and updated some of it. It's quite a lovely house. I do like that brick patio. They've really got it set up well for outdoor living there. Of course, the furniture is not going to come with the house. For being in a neighborhood, that's great outdoor living. You got 2-car garage. Lots of trees and plants. So that's 706 Pike Street in University Farms here in West Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,324 square feet, currently listed for $699. If you'd like to go tour that one, shoot me a text right now, 765-413-6190, or scan the QR code with your phone, and the information, my contact information, will load up directly into your phone. Hit the like and subscribe button. Tell YouTube how much you enjoy all of our content here on the Lafayette Reel. Home tours, great news about the Greater Lafayette area, fun things to do in the area. Next up on our tour of the 4 most expensive homes here in the Greater Lafayette area so far in 2025 is sorry, I had to get my screen caught up to me. Oh, okay. Stand by for just half a minute. I need to load another window. What did you guys think of those first 2? Interesting? The software that I use to browse the pictures, a couple of these listings are so brand new that it's not loaded up, so I need to go somewhere else. Here we go. Almost ready. Thanks for your patience. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5. This one's a little far afield. This is 12325 South County Line Road West in Wingate. Like I said, this is 12325 South County Line Road West in Wingate. This is a little south of town. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,549 square foot, currently listed for $665. And let's take a look at the map on this one, because like I said, this one is definitely south. Definitely. This is about as far south as you can go in Tippecanoe County. As a matter of fact, it's like in the corner, but here you go. Yeah, here we go. There's the location. I'm going to zoom and zoom and zoom, and I'm actually going to move us a little bit. Check this out. Here's Lafayette, West Lafayette. Here's Shadeland. Here's West Point, which is pretty far south. And then we're going to come all the way downhill down here. It's about as far south as you can possibly be in Tippecanoe County. It is in the far, far, far southwest corner. So 12325 South County Line Road in Wingate. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,549 square feet. This is definitely an older home. It was built in 1860. So here's the outside. The total acreage that they are selling is 4 acres. They are selling this. You can't see my mouse. You can't see anything. Software problems. I love them. Stand by. I don't understand why this happens sometimes. Let's see what happens when I do this. Let's see if I can refresh this screen. Sorry for the trouble here. I know we're getting a little long in the show. If this doesn't fix it, then we will move on. All right, I have the spinning wheel of death on my screen right now, so that's not going to work. All right, we are going to move on in just a second here. Sorry, I got some real technology problems here today. I can't even bring myself back up into the full window. So with those technical problems, thank you so much for joining us here on At Lafayette Live. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and tell YouTube how much you enjoy being here, even with our fun technical problems. If you enjoyed either of these 2 houses, sorry we didn't get to look at 3 and 4 with our technical problems, make sure you send me a message. All of my contact information is here. Well, it's not below, it's to my side right now. Am I pointing in the right direction? I can't even tell. Hey, I'm pointing in the right direction. Look at that. Let me know if you'd like to look at either of these or any other home here in the Greater Lafayette area, in Lafayette and West Lafayette, anywhere in Tippecanoe County, White County, Benton County, Carroll County, anywhere here in the Greater Lafayette area. And I'd love to be your Lafayette local real estate resource of choice. Make sure that you join us next week, Monday, January 20th, for At Lafayette Live at 7 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your week.